I'm coming on to chat about, are you working for free? And how do you determine whether or not you're working for free? A lot of us don't realize when we're working for free because a lot of us don't actually know how much it costs for the services we're doing. I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of, I would say, private messages with people who are just very confused when it comes to discounting, when it comes to incentives, when it comes to trying to figure out what you are paying to do a service. Anytime you're an esthetician, especially if you're on your own, you should know how much that service costs. That way you can determine what the price is. But what I see a lot of estheticians do is they go and they look at what everyone else is charging around them. The other part of it is that if you've been working for someone for a long time, and I'm saying more than 5 years, and you don't have enough clientele to go on your own, it's a hard situation to make the kind of money you want to make when you work for someone. I've never come across a situation where there's an esthetician who's been with someone for years and it's been a perfect opportunity, meaning that you have the opportunity to come and go. You have the opportunity to make, your own schedule. You have all that opportunity. It's great when you work on your own, but when you start trying to figure out how to really make money in this industry, you have to start in the very beginning. And that is, how much money does it cost for me to offer a facial? A lot of us will look around to see what our competition is doing and not even ever take into account how much it costs to do the service, how long you've been in the industry offering the service, and what you want to make. I'm going to give you a second to think about that. Have you ever asked yourself how much you want to make? I get that question all the time. I always tell people I want to make $100 every half hour. So in order for me to make $100 every half hour, I have to price it accordingly. There's two things that have to happen to get $100 every half hour. One, whatever I'm going to do in that half hour has to be close to $100. Or I have to not only upsell enough product to get me to that $100, I also have to be offering a service price that will get me that $100 every 30 minutes. Hence why my 90-minute facial is $250. Now, not everybody is going to do that. Not everybody is going to be able to command that, but you should have a goal. So let's say you start up and say, I want to make $50 every half hour. You need to look and figure out how much it's going to cost you to make that amount of money in half hour. We do the opposite. We go and we'll scout out everybody's location and say, oh, they're doing a $75 facial over there, so I'm going to do it at $60. I never understood that. Because then you take that $70 facial, right? And then you discount it because you want people to come in. So now you're down to $50. Then you have product usage that costs money. You have to pay your electricity. You have to pay for a lot of things that you don't factor into your price. You're trying to keep your price comparable to the competition. In Stephanie's world, there's no competition. There's no limit. There is no sky. I ask for what I want. When you start to think of it in that way, I don't need to compare it to my competition. You know why? Because I don't even acknowledge that I have competition. So if I'm not acknowledging my competition, then what am I comparing for? What is there a need to compare to? I'm back to the $100 every half hour. So if you're not thinking in that manner, you're going to ultimately work for free. So I like to live very comfortably. I like to have money in the bank just like everyone else does. But when I started looking at the amount of money that it costs for me to do a service, it changed the way you did it. I don't need to discount. Because again, the minute you discount it, there has to be that understanding that we as consumers look for discounts, correct? We're a coupon nation. We live in an industry, in a business, in a life that loves coupons. We live in the Groupon era, which means people expect that. We love when something comes on TV and Macy's says they're having their Veterans Day red sale special additional 15% off. We love that. That is how we have built this country, is on discounts upon discounts upon discounts. I grew up, it was the blue light special. My mother would make us chase down a blue light special. We didn't even know what the blue light was, but we had to go find it. You know why? Because it was a blue light special. So understand where you are in what we are, okay? Understand that. And knowing that, the minute you put that discount out, there's an expectation for everything after that to be a discount. So I would say those people are in the coupon mindset, which means I'm going to offer you something the minute you get into my bed that will only be available in my bed. The minute you leave my establishment, that offer is off the table. That's the only way you can retail or retain a Groupon Living Social coupon customer. If you don't do that, and let's say you go ahead and do a Living Social, or you do a Groupon, it's locust. They come in, they get what they want, they leave and move on to the next business. It's a hard place to come to when you work in fear. And if you're working in fear, you never make the same great decision that you made when you started to want to be in this industry. So if you have that fear of not enough money, not enough clientele, not enough retail, not enough time, not enough, then you're going to stay in not enough. So if you are looking to do something different, then you have to acknowledge that you're going to do something different. But anyway, we talked about throwing away your menu. You would be surprised at how many emails and messages I got from people upset about me discussing menus. And you know what I really thought about it once I got done listening or reading what people were saying? It's what was the bigger picture? The bigger picture is that people lashed out in fear. It was scared of letting go what they've known for so long. And I finally had to break it down to one girl and just say, if you hide behind your menu, how do you actually practice aesthetics? If you allow a client to come in and choose a service like they're in a restaurant, how is that practicing aesthetics? If every single person that comes into contact with you is different and have different issues and have different skin types, how are you practicing aesthetics by handing them a menu? If that's the way you want to run your business, that's fine. But if you understand that you have so much more flexibility when you can customize it for every person and make them understand that it's customized, why then hide behind a menu? Why make the menu your focus of your business? And then what we do, would you like a dry skin treatment? That's only going to be $99. You see right here, this is all what it entails. It's $99. Would you like to get that today? And I will say this, I've gone to high-end spas, okay? I can get real sedity. I've gone to some very expensive spas. And even there, you get and this right here never builds clientele. What builds the clientele is that I'm focusing on your skin today, you in my treatment room. That's what builds my clientele. Because they know they can't literally walk next door or walk across town and get that same treatment, even if it's the same skincare products. They know that it's custom.